comes the sun.
I am officially 40 weeks pregnant. Actually, I'm 40 weeks tomorrow is my due date. So I thought it was time I jump in and let you guys know what's been going on. I am officially out of work this week. I've been working from home, and next week is the beginning of my maternity leave, assuming that baby Vance comes relatively on time. Otherwise, I plan to just continue working until he makes his appearance. Since the last time we talked, there's a lot has happened. We found out pretty shortly after my last vlog, which I believe was 32 weeks. So at 37 weeks, I went in for my midwife appointment, and she felt around and he was breech. So we had to go in and schedule a ECV, or an external version, where they put their hands on your belly and flip the baby. So we found out that he was breech on a Thursday. The version was scheduled for Monday. So for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I did everything I possibly could to get him to turn on his own. I went to a chiropractor who specializes in the Webster method and got an adjustment with her. I went to an acupuncturist who gave me an acupuncture treatment and also performed moxibustion, which sounds like a made-up thing, but it's totally real, and it looks made up too. The acupuncturist takes what looks like a giant joint, and it's about like that long, and it looks like a pencil at the end. She lights the tip, and it kind of glows like a cigarette, and she holds it on the outside corner of your pinky toe and just kind of moves it in a circle or moves it in and out, and does each side for, I think, 20 minutes. And then she gave me it's called a punk. She gave me the punk to take home, and Michael and I did it 3 times a day, every day for 20 minutes. It's supposed to have a very high success rate of getting breech babies to turn. So I also did a bunch of stretches and some yoga, really trying to get him to flip. We went in for the appointment on Monday, and he had gone from transverse breech, which is he's laying sideways. He had flipped all the way breech, so maybe he doesn't have the best sense of direction, but he had gone, head up, feet down. So we had a wonderful doctor. The midwifery practice that I go to has relationships with a variety of doctors. The OB who did the procedure was so wonderful. He came in and talked to Michael and I for a good 15-20 minutes, felt the baby a little bit, and pretty shortly thereafter, after we monitored Vance and made sure he was okay, we just got right down to it. The whole thing only took about, I'd say, 2 to 3 minutes. He stopped halfway through to just check the heart rate, and Vance was handling it like a champ, so he just went on with it, and it was done. It wasn't the most comfortable thing, but I did not find it painful. The thing that was actually the most painful, and if you ever have to have an ECV, I would definitely ask your doctor to lube up your belly, because when he first did it, there was nothing on my tummy, and just the drag of his skin from his fingers on my belly skin, the friction, that was kind of painful. But when he stopped halfway through, he put lube on my belly so he could use the ultrasound and check on Vance. And when he went back in, there was still lube on my belly, and it was like just pressure. I felt no pain at all. So, and it was successful. He turned, and he has stayed head down ever since. My understanding is it's pretty apparent right away whether or not the baby's going to turn, so they're not going to struggle with you for 10 minutes to try to get your baby to turn if he's not going to do it. And the chances of them flipping back, I mean, obviously it could happen, but it's pretty low. So overall, I'm very happy that we did it. Otherwise, we'd be looking at a guaranteed C-section, since so many doctors and hospitals are reluctant or just outright refuse to deliver breech babies. So that was at 37 weeks, and since that time, things have been pretty smooth. I definitely noticed a difference once he was in the right position. I felt heavier, and probably over the course of the next week and a half, he dropped. I did notice my breathing got easier, but I don't know what all this stuff is that people talk about lightening, like you will feel lighter because the baby has settled into your pelvis. Yes, you can breathe again, but I do not feel lighter. I feel heavier. And the only lightening I'm feeling is in my crotch, because probably every 15 or 20 steps I take, I feel like I'm getting electrocuted in my hoo-ha, and like I'm just going to unleash like a big giant flood of hot, fiery piss. That's kind of what it feels like. Sorry, that's the only way I can describe it. It's not all the time. It is increasingly more frequent as the pregnancy goes on and on. Walking is becoming less and less fun. But it's there, it happens. What are you gonna do? Overall, I am feeling really good. Just kind of done with being pregnant. The anticipation of the birth and what's it going to be like and how's it going to happen and when's it going to start, it's kind of getting to me. I feel like I'm probably going to go over my due date. I was a week late. My husband was a day late. This is my first. It's a boy, so all signs point to him kind of staying in there for a little while longer. If he goes 2 weeks over, I don't know what I'll do. I guess I can't do anything. We're on his schedule now. It's the first lesson that I'm no longer in control. He's running the show, so we're all just kind of sitting around waiting for him. The other part that makes it so difficult is everything is ready. We've got all the stuff. At some point, I'd like to do a video of how we have arranged things for baby, because I've noticed a real dearth of videos and information about how to have a baby in a small space. And when you Google that and when you watch videos on that, what people define as small space is so laughable to me. They don't obviously live in teeny tiny apartments, and this is the most space we've ever had. By New York City standards, our apartment is very big, but we don't have a second bedroom for babies, so baby's with us. And I've really worked hard to get the bare minimum, the absolute necessities. Did a lot of research. YouTube was so helpful in helping me determine what you absolutely need for a newborn and what is superfluous. And I feel really good. So we're set. We have our doula. She's wonderful, and she's like just the right mixture of kind of crunchy, but also like tough love and, not too earth mama-ish. So I feel good about her. And we're all set. Last week at my 39-week appointment, I was not dilated at all. I was not effaced at all. Midwife said my cervix was soft and softening, but, still really no signs that anything was coming soon. Which I know doesn't mean anything. I know plenty of women, go in and hear that, and then the next day they go into labor. So I have tried not to focus on it too much. But my next appointment, today's Thursday, so my next appointment is on April 4th, and we'll see if anything's changed. I kind of doubt it. I have done a lot to try to get labor going. I ate a whole freaking pineapple, not in one sitting, but, over the course of a day. I've been having lots of sex. I have been taking orally and internally evening primrose oil. Been eating spicy foods, bouncing on a ball. I don't sit on the couch anymore. I just, when we're in the living room, I'm on the ball, bouncing, bouncing, bouncing. Yesterday I went outside, it was nice, and just walked to the park and did like 5 laps around the park to try to get some things going. So none of that has really worked yet. I'm not having any contractions. You know, when we went in for the version and they put me on the monitor, they said that I was having some Braxton Hicks, but, you know, I couldn't feel them. So I really have no idea what the hell a contraction feels like. And there's a part of me that wonders, you know, am I going to know when labor starts? I know that when it really kicks in, I'll know that it's happening. But early on, it's just kind of hard. I don't know what to feel for. So I'm just kind of going about my business. Haven't lost any of my mucus plug or anything like that. It's just situation normal, which is good. No news is good news. And hopefully that means the birth will be fast, easy, no complications. I'm really hopeful that everything will go well. It doesn't have to go according to plan. I just want it to go well. So that's it. I can't believe it. I can't believe that it's time for him to be here after so long of trying to get pregnant and all the fears, and you know, from those first weeks when I was so nervous that I would lose the pregnancy again. You know, to be so lucky and to be at the end and to be just a few days or a few weeks away from meeting our baby is very exciting. I still, you know, this entire pregnancy, I'm not going to end on a bad note. I've had horrible congestion this whole pregnancy. I've had bad nosebleeds. They've never gone away. So I am also really looking forward to just getting my body back. And I don't even mean like being thin again. I just mean like all of this gunk, and I want to sleep on my belly, and I'm ready for the next phase. I have gained, so my total weight gain so far is about 50 pounds, which I realize is technically over gaining, but I don't really care so much. The more I read, the more I feel like the 35-pound rule is bullshit. And I'm not just saying that because I happen to be one of the people that have gained 50 pounds, but it's just the 35-pound number is very arbitrary. So I don't feel bad, and I'm looking forward to getting back in shape post-baby. So I'll show you my belly, and I'll keep you updated when Baby Vance comes around. Bye, guys. Belly. Here we go. Time to come out, baby boy.